I am one with my I Am presence. My Holy Christ Self. My personalities, body elemental, and new spirit. Every part of my being is in balance, harmony, and alignment. I pull in my aura, and I am fully contained within Metatron's cosmic egg. And I am now open and ready to receive Lord Metatron's message for today. Greetings, beloveds. I have been asked by one of our viewers to talk about what is commonly known as E.T.s, or extraterrestrials. This can be a very touchy subject, and even scary for some. But I tell you, beloveds, there is nothing to fear when we talk about beings who have come from other places in the universe, and sometimes, many times, even from other dimensions, in order to be here now to assist not only humanity, but all of the different dimensions of life that are evolving upon your planet. Yes, beloveds, they are real, and the great majority of them are here with positive intent to assist you with great love and great wisdom. And yes, there are also some who come with a different agenda and who are working with other forces that are not aligned with the light, nor with what is often called the Galactic Federation. Just as you have various reigning bodies upon this planet, so is there a hierarchy and an overruling council of all of the extraterrestrial beings participating in the Earth's evolution. They have laws and rules that they must follow. And as their intent is not to frighten you, but to assist you, their grand appearance has been delayed many times, until such a time when the majority of humanity will welcome them without fear. This day has been in preparation for a very long time and is rapidly approaching. So what, if anything, can you do to prepare yourselves and to help prepare the rest of humanity? First of all, get over your fear. Begin to perceive them in your hearts as light beings of love who are here to assist you. As always, keep your discrimination as to how you engage with any beings from any dimension, whether they be extraterrestrials or your next door neighbor. You are all wise enough to know the difference between a being of love and one who is not. Know that any time another being tries to force or coerce you into doing or saying anything, that you should remove yourself from that person's presence as quickly as you can. Because one of the overriding principles throughout this universe is that of free will. So any being that does not respect your free will should not be listened to or obeyed. Now, of course, I am not referring to the common laws that you are guided by and are forced to obey, such as paying taxes, paying rent. I am not referring to this type of obligation. But if someone tries to force you to do something or to say something that you do not in your heart agree with, then you should not do it, beloveds, regardless of the esteem that you hold that person or organization in, and regardless of anything else. There is no reason, no excuse, and no acceptance of another being trying to force you into doing things. But many of these beings are currently seeking contacts with many people. There have been so many sightings and photographs taken of various what are still being called UFOs that it seems almost ludicrous that anyone can still doubt their existence. And yet we understand why this is so, beloveds. You have been programmed into fear and into disbelieving the existence of these beautiful E.T.s by people who have their own agenda and reasons for doing so. I will not get into naming names or explaining the agendas of those nefarious people or organizations. What I will say is that you are free to request contact and communication with these beings and simply see what happens. Always maintaining what might be called your skepticism, but at least keeping reality checks on any information that is given to you. It is the time of the unveiling of secrets, and more information is being released about the beautiful E.T.s that have come to this planet and that are on this planet at this time. There is much information out there available if you choose to look for it. So I will not be giving information as to specific websites or specific elements of this unveiling. I simply tell you that if you look for it, you will find it. So that is what I wish you to know about the E.T.s. The coming time is being called a time of disclosure and emergence. Disclosure referring to the government finally sharing with the public, with you, what they have known for many, many years. They too feared causing panic when they first started getting proof of their existence, because they themselves were in great fear. They basically made the only decisions they could at that time. Their fault, if there was one, was in obliging all others to lie about their experiences to the public. And this is wrong. And this is the source of so much of the distrust that many people now have in their governments, because they are aware of many of the lies that have been told to them for so long. The public as a whole is now mostly ready to hear the truth. In any conversations that you might have with your loved ones, showing your faith, your calm, will assist in this process of disclosure. The other half of the story is being called Emergence. Just as there are multidimensional beings coming in and landing upon the surface of the earth, so are there multidimensional beings living within the crust of the earth. Sometimes very close to the surface, and yet hidden from your view. Some of their residences go several miles deeply into the earth. There is an entire underground network of cities that is called the Agartha network. For information on the Agartha network, there are now several authors, including Aurelia Louise Jones and Diane Robbins, and of course the one who originally came out with this information and who comes from one of the principal underground cities herself, is Princess Sharula Dux. Although the only writings that she put forth were in her newsletter, which is no longer available, there is an excellent expose by her posted on YouTube entitled something like Sharula Dux and the Subterranean Cities. This is a 12-part video which I encourage you all to watch and listen to. In fact, there is nothing to see because the only image is that of Mount Shasta in California, under which Telos exists. But it is indeed Sharula's voice speaking, and everything she says is first-hand knowledge. It is not channeled information, beloveds. She is talking about what she knows and has experienced since she was born in Telos almost 300 years ago. She is currently not working publicly, as much of her work is to prepare for the eventual emergence of other Telosians like herself, so that all three societies, the ones from underneath the earth, you from the surface, and those from beyond the earth, may all come together and work in harmony to restore peace, love, and abundance on your glorious earth. This moment is rapidly approaching, beloveds. But do not feel any rush or stress that you have to accept this in order to benefit from it. For that is not the case. All of life will benefit from their presence once they have revealed themselves. It would simply help and hasten the moment of the emergence and the disclosure if you are without fear and have an open, welcoming heart for all beings. And that is part of your daily work, beloveds. To connect yourselves with the light and the love of God, which will instill a sense of peace within you, a wisdom of acknowledgement that everything is unfolding exactly as it should, and you will be filled with patience, with joy, and yes, even with ecstasy, as the events unfold before your very eyes. This is the time of a great homecoming, because all of the beings, the E.T.s and the subterraneans, have all spent time on the surface of the earth, and they are coming home to be with you in your home. This is a wondrous, magical time, beloveds. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I thank you for listening. I love you, and I bless you. I am Metatron.